Welcome back, Sinner. It's been a little bit, hasn't it? Exactly a week. But it feels like a while. By the time you're watching this, I'm probably sitting pretty and relaxing for once. I better be. Me in the future, if you're watching this right now. You better. You better be. Seriously. You need it. But, with that all being said, Sinner, I am happy to say that things feel like they're picking up a little bit. It's not a massive victory. I must confess. Monday was still, as Monday last week, for you at least, was still pretty shit. Hopefully the Monday that's going to be, by the time you see this, so yesterday, will have been our anniversary stream. I don't know what's going to happen that stream, so you'll have to tell me. Like, I won't be the present me at the time and know fully. Point is, that Monday will be objectively better than the Monday that I, currently recording this, have had to go through. Because there's not much worse than that fucking thing. Holy shit. But. Things have gotten a little better. Things have gotten a little more... what's the word I'm looking for? Chiller? Calmer? More agreeable? Yeah, those are words. Those are words we like. So yeah. But I must confess, I've not done a whole lot. Because I needed to rest. As I'm sure you saw from last week's video, I hit a point of burnout. And it was bad. And it was just objectively a really shitty thing. And I'm feeling better, for the most part. I'm feeling more myself again, which is good. I need that. I need to feel better. I can't keep being like that, so I'm going to do my best to avoid getting like that again. I think some of it's a mental battle, and some of it might just need to be a I need to reorganize myself battle. Although I don't quite know what I want to change. I don't know. I keep thinking about it. I keep umming and ahhing, and yeah, maybe I'll put a little thing out there, but maybe I need to ask a few people who do this a bit. Just a genuine question. And what if you also do, streaming, make videos, that kind of thing? What do you do? Maybe leave that in the comments if you're watching this. Or for those of you who have a high stress job, or just get stressed at work, how do you relax? Do you have a way of relaxing yourself? Is it a scheduling thing? Is it just one of those things that happen every now and then, you know? It's been a while since I've been full burned out, but yeah. Not as bad as last time, though. Last time was a week. This time's a few days, so I've gained some resiliency. That's an improvement. I'd say that's commendable of me. Hopefully you agree. But other than that, sinners, I must confess, I've not done a whole lot. I've been a bit lazy. And you know what? I'm fucking allowed to be, sometimes. Sloth might be a sin, but occasionally one must rest. Everyone has to rest at some point. I just neglected to do so for too long. But, as I say, I am now finally at the point where I'm back doing my thing again. Recording one of these. And we'll be back to the streaming post-haste. Now, I've not yet heard anything about the rigging side of 3.0 yet. Hopefully by the time you see this, I will know when it's due. I know, like I said last time, we've spoken a little bit, and I know when it should be done for, but I've not heard anything from them, so it might just be the video they send me of... It's supposed to be halfway, but halfway for them might just be, okay, we've got everything done. Is there any fixes that need doing? Is there any issues? And then the other half's them fixing those if there are any. Maybe. I could be wrong. I don't know their process. Never worked them before, so benefit of the doubt. But I might give them a nudge just to ask, hey, how things going? It's always good just to check in, just go, hey, I assume it's been worked on around this time. Just want to make sure everything's okay. Just being close to time is all. Something like that, probably. I don't know. I've actually got some notes for Dark Heresy this time, partly because one of my players mentioned to me things they want to do next session. And it was in a good amount of detail, so I decided to add that to my notes. Hey, I can be lazy when I want to be, and if someone's going to just give me a bunch of hooks to work with that session, then fuck it. I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them. Besides, the players need a chill session, because last time I fucking annihilated them. Well, I think I almost annihilated them. One of them was going to be limp, well, a limp hand for a little bit, recovering, after a mechanical fist shattered it. So, you know. And the small horror of what lies below the planet being less asleep than they expected. If you want context to that, have a look at last time's Voice in the Dark. I really should make a playlist for them. I'll have to see if I can do that. Have a nosy. I will say, by the way, it's a weird feeling. Being a DM again's nice, you know? Having all the answers, for the most part, all to myself, and looking around at my poor players who have to sit there and think, oh god, what is this madman going to do next? What hell is he going to put us through? I kind of like it. I don't know. There's something I like about just sitting there, you know, putting my hands together like a maniacal son of a bitch. Now, of course, one of them has, I wouldn't say optimized themselves, but objectively went in a way that is objectively very powerful. Now, it's not perfect. They are the squishiest of the party. They're a glass cannon. They can hit like a fucking truck, but if that same truck hits them, it's night-night. By a good margin of the glass cannon. So, it's one of those things. I know what I need to do to, how shall we say, deal with that. Bring things into balance. But next session should be nice and calm and chill and relax. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it will be. It will be. Definitely. I would never lie to you. Just omit the truth a little bit. Nah. Next session will be nice and calm. I mean, for your perspective, you're getting to watch. So, I mean, you get to sit there and watch the shenanigans unfold. It's them who have to worry about what I'm going to do to them. So, you know, there's that. I must admit, from a hobby perspective, I've not done much on the hobby side of things. My model, you know, painting, you know, Warhammer, that kind of stuff, or Warhammers and the like. I've not been doing much. I've painted the stuff I've got, and I might need to do a little bit more with them. Just the pigment, I think, and just some stuff on the bases, but I've not done much, and part of me feels kind of bad for that, but part of me's kind of like, there's not much to do. I don't feel overly motivated at the moment to do much with it. I've got a lot of stuff painted I wanted to paint, and then after that, it's kind of a... like, maybe I'll pick up that starter box just so I have the command squad, 2 of the 4 squads I'll need for the line companies, and a tank. Oh, and the little sentinels. We had little sentinels too. Get them. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I've not been thinking of doing much. I mean, part of me wants to pick up like a Necron army or a Sister Battle army. These for them have been quite tempting. But then I've also just not felt like it either. I don't know, it's... my motivation for it really comes and goes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm quite happy with what I'm put together when I do go for it. I have admittedly thought about picking up a tall knight and painting one of them up, but alas, that is a lot of work. And I would put in maximum effort, because they're an expensive model, they deserve it, frankly. But obviously, I need to think about whether, you know, I want to put any more money in. Obviously, GW is upping their bloody prices, so I don't know quite. How should we say? Whether I want to spend more money on them. I don't know. Plus, I don't know if I'll ever get a game in anytime soon. I more prefer building and painting rather than doing the game, to be honest. They're for the models. They're for the building part, the painting part in particular. I love the painting part. Probably the most, actually, the painting. Building's fine. Some models I hate building and don't want to ever build again. Other models I'm quite happy to build multiple times. It depends on the model. Some models, though, are just too many pieces, and it's annoying as fuck. But some are just the right amount, and it feels good, and painting them feels great. Those are the ones I want to paint more of. I like my Soul Auxilia so far, and I'd probably paint more. I've just not got a lot of room for them yet, is the problem, so I need to get some room in, which is more case getting a carry case together. And then I can fit more in. I want a tank. I want a big old tank. I think Lehman Russ. Malcador would be fun too. The Valdor specifically. Big tank destroyer. Big laser. Love that. But I might pick those up later. I don't know. I'm at least feeling comfortable with a spray can in hand nowadays, so I feel like priming won't be as much of an issue. I can do that myself now. Though the weather is turning in a way that isn't helpful for priming, so it might be some time before I do any of that. 'Tis the problem, you see. Priming works well if the weather's good. I mean, you can kind of warm stuff up, but you gotta be careful, right? You don't want, like, make it too warm and then it goes in really cold plastic, it doesn't, like, adhere properly, and all the other shit you gotta mess with. So much extra shit you have to be careful about. But when the day's right, it's good. It's good. But, again, these things all take time. And also, I don't want to spend too much money for a bit. As I'm sure you're very aware, and I'm very painfully aware, I have spent a good amount of money recently. A bit too much. Not that I'm broke, as I say. I have plenty in reserve. It's just I'd like to bolster my reserve back up to what it was before I look at spending. I mean, I'll put it this way. From the streaming side of things, I don't anticipate a big spend. At worst, maybe down the road a computer upgrade. Maybe. Because every now and then you gotta upgrade that computer. You gotta make sure things are tippy-top. Not like crazy, but like every now and then you gotta just put a little bit more in, you know? We'll see. Maybe I get some better RAM, possibly, you know. 2 sticks of, like, 32 or 64 or something, you know. Something like that. Up the RAM a bit. Give it more girth. Again, we'll see. It is entirely possible I just don't, and I leave it for a bit. I mean, at some point I'll have to upgrade. There'll be a game that comes out that requires stuff that I don't have, or simply put, just to make sure things are smoother, I have to do it. That's fine. Has to be done at some point. When that happens, I will simply get it done. It's simple as that. Hopefully, the hardware is all good, and they don't keep releasing bad hardware, like Nvidia seems to be at the minute. Honestly making me hella tempted to jump to AMD completely. It's often cheaper for the same kind of performance in some cases. Though, again, we'll see. Plus, I personally, I don't know, I don't care for ray tracing. It's a wasted feature. No one uses it. It's a performance hog. No one's going to use it. I wish they'd stop developing for it. And I'm glad some developers are just not including it as a thing and just going, you don't need it, we don't care. And I hope more developers do that, because I bet it'd be a lot less mess on their front. Optimization will be easier, especially with Unreal 5. And, frankly, it just makes it more accessible. Which I think is important. I think, honestly, we could do with graphics card companies getting a little less emboldened to release new stupidly expensive cards that don't do much better, but loads of money. Personally. It's just, yeah, ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. They get enough money as it is half the damn time. They don't need to keep getting crazier, especially when, again, the increase is just not worth it, and they keep burning out cables. I feel like I've got lucky with mine. You know, touch wood, so to speak. I swear to God, if that changes, you will know I've gone pissed off. Oh, God, I will jump to AMD so fucking quickly if that would happen. I'm be clear on that one. Let me be crystal clear on that one. But, anyways, sinners, I'll wrap things up here, I think. Like I say, I'm back, I'm doing my thing, but do bear with me as I'm warming back into everything. But we'll have our nice anniversary stream on Monday. Well, by the time you're watching this, we'll have had that stream on Monday. I'll hopefully have assigned myself a brand new goal. I mean, who knows? Part of me thinks, I mean, we're already at 211 followers on Twitch. Is something like 300 possible within the year? Maybe. Maybe. It's a bold one. But I mean, hey. We're over the 200 mark. Why can't we try for it, eh? Aim for gold. Aim for the heavens, and if we miss, we can still get gold. So, that being said, sinners, please, if you have enjoyed my ramblings somehow, please feel free to drop a like, maybe even a subscribe. You could press the dislike button too, if you have to, I suppose. I won't be mildly offended. I'm just joking. But in all seriousness, please leave a comment either way, even if it's just say hi. I will, of course, read all the comments. As much as YouTube tries to hide them for some reason, I don't know why. But thankfully, in the back end bit, I can still read them. Give them the updates and things, so. But anyway. That all being said, I've been Baron Zarko, your Cyber Angel VTuber. And hopefully by the time you're watching this, I will be able to tell you when 3.0 is coming. But until next time, ta-ta for now.